All right, I think we're good now.
Yeah, you think we're good?
Yeah, it says preparing.
Okay, preparing.
All right, I think we're good now. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you think we're good?
Yes.
Yeah, it says
we're
preparing. Okay, preparing.
We're on. Okay, so we're totally on right now. Okay, awesome.
We're totally on.
We're good now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we're on. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull it up here on my phone so I could see it, because if I have a dual screen, it's gonna have like a lag and I don't want us to be interrupted here. So plus I
Yes.
want to see the chat and everything. So yeah, we're totally live. All right. Yes, we are live. Okay, yeah, so here we are. We're live. Hi, everybody. And welcome to the return of Indigo Talk. I'm your host, Chastity Ryan, and it's good to be back with a whole new season and amazing guests. Starting with our guest tonight, Miss Rebecca Gitana. Hello, welcome.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm here soaking in the energy of Yamaya, of our great mother ocean, on our beloved Borinquen, Puerto Rico. And I'm just thankful.
I am so jelly right now. I miss my island. I miss Puerto Rico. Girl, I haven't been there in about 5 years. So
Wow.
it's like long overdue. It's like calling, it's something about being there. Like when I get there, it's like therapeutic. It's like I hear the call of the ancestors when I'm there. It's like always a profound experience,
Totally. I'm not sure if we're live, sis.
All right. It says that we are, I'm seeing, but I think it pulled up another video. So
no, I don't think I shared the wrong link.
Yeah, it's showing us. Okay, so I'm going to send you, hold on, I'm going to send you the link here. I don't know why I did that, because I did everything right. Like I followed every step.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
I followed every step, but technology sometimes wants to do its own thing. So
I know it can be tricky. Okay, so you just sent it to me?
Yes.
Okay, wait, there it looks like we're live.
Yeah,
hold on.
We are.
So then maybe hold on. So then maybe I have the wrong link and I want to be able to change it in my situation. Hold on, in my link tree.
Okie doke. Sorry guys for the technical difficulties.
Yeah, we're here.
Zoom, this is all the bells and whistles we have to deal with nowadays with Zoom and putting Zoom into YouTube. And like I said, I followed all the instructions and
it happens, mama. It happens. We just want to make sure. We just want to make sure that people have what they need. And I know on my end, they have probably, maybe the link that they have doesn't work. So
probably,
let me.
Yeah, I'm also going to put it in the group, in my group as well. Let's do that. Because I know there's people waiting.
Try the link in my link tree. I think now will be okay. All right. Yeah, my Instagram.
All right, so I'm putting it in my group so everybody can see it. Okay.
Beautiful.
All right, so I think we're good now. And I think, I saw we had a few.
I think so.
We had a few people watching.
We're gonna be good now. Beautiful. Hi, everybody. We're just getting settled in.
Yeah.
We're just getting settled in. Sometimes we just need a few minutes to download ourselves.
Okay, is your camera on? Because it's, I think there's a slight lag, but I think the camera's good on your end. So
yeah, the camera's on.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
So we have people. Okay, so we have 2 watching so far. All right. So
Okay.
just waiting for everybody to come in. All right. Just want to make sure I put it in my group because I know there was people waiting.
I know. There were people. There were people
There
there.
was
But
9
that's
people, and I'm
beautiful.
like, I guess they got frustrated for waiting, but I send the links to them, so I think we should be
That's
good now.
good. And this, we're gonna record this, and this is still gonna live on. So more people are gonna be able to be with us here in this moment,
That's exactly
and
right.
that's
That's
what counts.
yes,
So it's
yes,
all good.
yes, indeed. All right,
Mhm.
so let's get back to it over here. So let's do
Yeah,
this.
let's do it.
Okay, so
Mm.
all right, guys. So this again, once again, this is the return of Indigo Talk, and I am excited about this season. And again, we have our lovely guests today. Once again, Rebecca Gitana. Hello. If you would kindly introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Rebecca Gitana. I am a child of Borinquen, manifested in New York City. I'm a transformational guide. I help people do the work that's required to step into yourself, to step into your power. I create safe spaces for healing, and I love to love people as they're going through their shifts and their growth processes, and whether it's helping them to heal their home or heal their mind or heal their most intimate relationships. Um, it's really a gift to to be that guide.
That's awesome. And
Mhm.
once again, congratulations on the show.
Yes.
It's
Oh, that's a
it's
whole other
dope.
thing. Yes. And I'm a TV producer, creator.
That's
Mhm.
amazing. That's really awesome. And I feel like a lot of the stuff that you have on it is really insightful. I've literally made a few changes. I don't know if you can see because it's kind of dark back
Really?
here.
Yes.
Yeah, I've made some
Oh,
feng shui
wow.
changes here to kind of get a better flow.
Beautiful.
So I was like, I've been following the advice.
That's so good.
Yes,
That is
and it's
so
already
good.
it's made a difference. Like I see now that there's more of a like a clearing and a flow, like when that stagnant energy. And this is my workspace because I'm like literally this is my computer space. This is like my office slash workspace here. And sometimes that kind of overlaps with the living room and the whole thing. So
Yes.
yeah, your suggestions have really, really helped. And thank you 100% for that. It's awesome, guys. Check out the
Mm,
show. It's
yes.
I got the links in the info. So later after the broadcast, if you guys want to check it out, go to her links there, your website link and the show link.
Yes.
It's dope. Check it out.
Yes. Yes.
So
So beautiful.
so
Mhm.
now it's time to pick your brain.
Okay. Here
So I
for
wanted
it.
I wanted to ask how did you get into this path? Like, with the home and the healing and the things of that nature. How did that all come about?
Yes. I've been kind of doing home healing for as long as I can remember. I mean, I remember being a kid and going to other kids' bedrooms to like play
Mhm.
and telling them like we have to clean up before we can play something. Like we have to start over. And so I've always had that mindset of resetting spaces of in order to create something new, you have to clear the old. So it's very difficult to build a new dream, a new imagination, a new moment on top of, layers of other things. So yeah. And then when I hit around 25, turning 26, I actually decided to leave my city job and go to school for interior design, which is something that I always had a natural talent for, but I figured maybe going to school for it would be a good thing. And even before I finished my degree, before even the second year, I wound up already starting to book uh, home spaces and even a bar in Midtown And when I did the bar and I did the first home space, I actually realized that my gift in interior design was far more than just picking, cool paint colors or something like that. It was actually understanding how much of our personal pains live in our home, our psychological, you know, either issues or healing points, how they're represented and show up in the home. And that's when I started to understand like really where my work was in all of this. And it became just that fascinating to me. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So I wanted to tell you, like, we have similar backgrounds. You went to Fashion Industries High School, right?
I went to Fashion Institute of Technology, which is
you went
the
to
college.
FIT.
Yes.
Okay.
FIT.
Okay. Because I went to Fashion Industries High School and I went to Parsons. So yeah. So nice. I was like, we got similar backgrounds, and what you were saying as far as the interior design and how that correlated, and like it really does. And yes. Because I remember, this reminds me very much of my grandmother and her background as well. Like, she took up interior design, but she was doing it, like you said, since she was young. So I think it just comes very natural, and like it's like organic, right? Mm-hmm. So that's how it kind of was for you. It just kind of all fell in place, right?
Yes, absolutely. Our callings are there so much, but we have to dig a little bit underneath the surface to make it all come together. And that requires believing in your talents, your gifts, your abilities, and the messages in your heart.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. Mm-hmm. So, and how has like your culture, because, again, we have similar backgrounds. We're both New Yorican, and that's Puerto Rican for New York, from New York, guys, if for those that don't know.
Yes.
All right. Yes. So we have New Yorican backgrounds. We're, born and raised. So how did that shape your craft?
Being New Yorican and growing up in the family that I did, I believe that formulated my work, in that watching my mother, my grandmother claim their space in the world within these little cubes of apartments and creating entire worlds inside that were purposeful and magical and, a place for gratitude, a place for rest. And watching even my community and like how we claim our space through color and art and sound and all of those things, I think definitely influenced, what it means to create sacred space.
Absolutely. And like you said, and we made it work, like even in our small little apartments in the inner city, it was always just like a, like you said, a sacred space, a sanctuary,
Yes.
And again, speaking of my grandma, you spoke of your grandma too. And like, I think it's just like the elders that kind of teach us that, and they kind of just pass it on. And they kind of set that example. And I feel, I would tell you something funny, and I know you know what I'm talking about. I used to be in my abuelita's house, in my grandma's house, and she had an altar set up right in her bedroom. And she would just, I would go into her room sometimes and play with her stuff. Like, she had nice little like trinkets and things on her dresser, and I would want to play around with it. And she wouldn't mind, but she'll just be like, whatever you do, don't touch what's here in her altar. That was like off limits. And, as a kid, I would just be so fascinated. Like, what is it about that I can't touch, and I was always so drawn to it. And it wasn't until I got older that she explained, this is our culture, this is our religion, this is our native religion, and things like that. And I was like, oh, okay. And, as I got older, she, explained it more. And now I feel like that's a big part, of your space, of your, sacred space, having that altar, having that, kind of shrine to the ancestors, to your loved ones and things like that. So
As I'm lighting this copal incense
what you're
right now.
I'm using Palo Santo right now.
Nice. I have some copal incense resin.
Oh, I love
So
that.
yeah, it's really beautiful. But absolutely, our homes contain the magic of our culture, the wisdom of the ancestors, little things that seep through recipes, through a style or a way of doing things, to how we can keep an altar, or you know, even how we care for our belongings,
Oh yeah.
are all like rituals, and definitely things that we learn in the home. And in the show, the Healing Through the Home show, you're going to see that there a lot. We just finished a 3-month run on Roku, Amazon Fire, Android TV, and Apple TV. And so right now I'm in the process of renewing that cycle. So definitely follow me on Instagram and stay in tune. I think that the show may be down from those sites for a few days, or maybe not even. But we're now renewing for another few months on those platforms. So definitely stay tuned. And it's an incredible show, a medley of what it means to heal your home, the spiritual
Definitely.
practices, how to keep a spiritually clean home, the importance of doing that, how to use color to bring healing and harmony into your body and into um, your outlook, even your personality. It definitely will affect your personality and how you're behaving. To elements and principles of design, to some of the more technical parts that you can implement into your home to create beautiful and mindful interior design. So it's a fun show for sure. And I created the show, I produced it, funded the show, did like 90% of the editing for the show, created all the graphics, composed the jingle that's part of the show. So it's all that to say that it's a big labor of love. So when you watch it, just know that I put my heart and my soul into it for you.
Yes, I
I
have to
gave of
say I'm a
myself.
fan. I'm a fan. You got a
Mm,
loyal viewer, and I'm looking forward to the next season. I know that you did a segment with plants, right?
yes. Oh, gardening is also part of the show.
Yes. And I'm a newbie, right?
Yes.
So
Okay.
I'm a newbie. I had 2 plants, and unfortunately they didn't make it through, got cold here and they didn't make it. So I'm sad.
Okay.
But I want to get some, plants for the indoors. And I know, there were
Yes.
some suggestions there, like the snake plant is good, and
Yes.
elephant ears, and there's a few there. So, you know, based on your expertise, what would you say is a good plant like to have like in the home?
Okay. If you have no plant experience ever, the snake plant is so easy to care for. It doesn't require a lot of water. Like if you forget and you're getting into the rhythm of watering plants, they're also really great for cleaning the air as well. So, and we want that. We want to, our plants to be allies and to actually help us in that department. The other plant that's really great is the pothos plant. Everybody's grandma, when you see the pothos, you go to a nursery or something, or a Lowe's or whatever, the pothos, you're going to be like, yes, my grandma definitely had that plant.
Is that
It's
what they
very,
call
very
the mala
easy.
madre or the male padre? Is that the one? Or
Mala madre, I don't think so. No, the mala madre is, I was just having a conversation with somebody about that. Um, no.
it's not the
And
pathos? Okay.
also, no, I don't know, but maybe. Mala
Okay.
madre. No, no, oh, no, no, no. That one, that's the spider plant.
Okay. All right.
La planta araña. That's the spider plant, because they say that it's a mala padre or mala madre, because when it throws a baby, it's like it throws like a little stem out, and then the baby comes at the end. So they
Right.
say like they're throwing the babies out.
That
Yeah.
was always what my grandma had, and my mom just knows it as the male padre or male madre. That's how she knows it, and I'm like, mommy,
Yeah.
but I don't know what specific plant that is. Like if I go to the nursery,
Spider
not
plant.
okay.
That's a great plant for beginners. Those are 3 bomb ass plants for beginners right there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So that was one that I was like, I think because my grandma always had that one too in the house. So yeah. But yeah, I'm getting enthusiastic. I used to help her when I was little. Like she'll have me watering them and everything. But it's like now that I got, I have my space here and I'm like, I want to put some more plants, but I want to keep it safe. So those are great suggestions. And for everybody that's watching, we are going to do a bit of a Q&A for everybody that's watching. So if you have any questions for our lovely guest, like lay them out in the chats, guys. Lay them on the chats. So I have another question. So also, we got the holidays coming up, right? So that's huge. And that's a big thing of the home. So what would you say is your top 3 necessities for the holidays to have in the home?
Yeah. Your top 3 necessities for the holidays to have in your home is, number 1, you don't have to go big to have a beautiful holiday experience. You really don't. If the idea of shopping and spending money and buying things to decorate and clutter your home makes you overwhelmed, don't even worry about it. Instead, think about preparing your home for the new year. Clearing clutter, maybe buying something to make the home feel fresh and jazzy, like, maybe you want a new area rug or some new pillows or some new curtains, or getting some candles or some twinkling lights. I'm always a fan of, if you're going to do anything for the holidays, prepare your home for the new year. That's going to be the best investment that you can make. But if you want to do something for the holidays, I would say get some twinkly lights. Twinkly lights are great because we're going to be in the darkness now so early. And so the twinkly lights help to keep your mood up. It's something magical and beautiful to look at. And if you deal with some seasonal depression, twinkly lights can be great for you. Also, maybe treat yourself to some warm and cozy things for your home, whether it's a new throw or some new fluffy slippers for yourself. Think of ways to keep yourself nurtured and warm if you don't have those things already. And maybe you get some seasonal plants and bring them into the house. Plants are the best investment you can ever make. You can spend all the money on tinsel and Christmas garlands, but if you get some twinkly lights and a few new plants, like the ones we just spoke about, your home is going to feel really fresh for the holidays.
Okay, I'm so upset. I'm happy because I have twinkly lights right above. Good. I have them connected to like my curtain rod, and they're actually like LED. Ooh. And they go along with music. So if I play music, it twinkles according to the music, like it flows.
Beautiful. Yes. Yeah.
So I thought it was really cool. And when I turn them on, and you're absolutely 100% right. Cause I'm gonna tell you, like when I turn them on, I'm like, I get happy. Yeah. So it's so true. Like I get excited, like my inner child just comes out like full throttle when I turn them on, and then magical. I have music. Yeah, it's so true. Like,
and sometimes all you need is one little holiday corner if you want to do something, but not everybody has to deck all the halls.
Right.
I would prefer everybody get ready for the new year.
Yeah.
I have your home, get rid of.
Yeah. It's true. I agree with you because I have a very, like, my setup is like minimal. It's like, I'm a minimalist, I guess you could call me. I have a very like simple setup, because it's just me here. So, and my 2 kitties, my 2 familiars over here. Nice. So I have like a nice little, like, very simple setup, my little tree, my lights, and just like my little nook there, my shelves with like little Christmas trinkets, nothing crazy, nothing over the top. So yeah, so I agree with that. And then getting ready for the new year. And it's weird you say that because like I always get in that mode, right? Like right after Christmas, I start looking through my closets and like, this needs to go, that needs to go. And like, it's so weird that you say that because it's true. Like I get in that mindset, like almost every time after Christmas. And I think it's just, yeah, getting ready for the new year. So it's like,
Yeah.
that's pretty much how it is. So it's so true. So true. Okay. So we covered that. But I was just thinking, like, a lot of times, and I feel especially now that what you're doing, and I just wanted to say this, what you're doing is so amazing and so needed right now. Because with the way of the world right now, a lot of us, most of us, I would say everyone actually, we're more in our homes, we're more confined to our homes. And I'm
There's never been a
realizing,
better time.
absolutely. And I'm realizing that, when I talk to some of my clients, they're realizing that, because they were away from home, now they're confined to their homes or home more than usual. Now they're seeing, I need to make some changes and things like that. So I think what you're doing is just exactly what we really need as a collective right now, to just learn how to heal the home, make it a sacred space, get a good flow and things like that. Because it's like everyone needs that, because we're here. And a lot of times, we get wrapped up in in the distractions of the outside work and things like that we kind of neglect our homes. And
the thing with our home is that it is our greatest reflection into our lives. And so when we avoid the home, number one, sometimes we're just busy. We're busy being producing, which is also an unhealthy imbalance many times, when we're just producing, working, making money, then we're not doing other things that are more nurturing. So that's one part. But then also there's a part of us that sometimes can ignore our home and our private time, because we can be avoiding ourselves and the things that are needed to be addressed in private. And so when we've been confined to our homes, many of us found that we were not happy. We were not happy with what we were seeing, with what was getting reflected, with how our home was supporting us or not supporting us. And it's the most intimate thing is to be, looking at ourselves.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I concur on that. And I find now that I work from home that it's so much of a focus now, more than for the past, I would say 6-7 years I've been working from home. And now I see how much of a of an importance this is. And like, and then I realize when I'm slacking too, like, so if I'm slacking, I'm like, I need to, and I'm like, I gotta.
And we all go through those phases. It's just a thing to note. Sorry, my all my devices need to be charged. But yeah, it's one of those things that you can not judge yourself on, just observe and see the places in your home that need attention. So do you need to pay attention to your bedroom? Are you not sleeping well? Are you not, connecting intimately in the way that you would desire? Are you having a lot of dreams at night? What's going on in your internal world? Or perhaps your kitchen needs attention. Perhaps you haven't been cooking for yourself and you've been eating things that are not making your brain work on a high level. Maybe you're giving yourself all of these chemical crashes. So there's things to observe in our home, and it's not to judge ourselves, it's to observe ourselves. And when we observe ourselves and our behaviors, then we can see where we're sabotaging, our world, what parts need a little bit more attention. And just make love to your life. I call it making love to your life. So on those days when you're cleaning your home, when you're, putting things in alignment, you're making love to your life. You're pouring love there, and you're setting intentions for what it is that you want to experience going forward.
I love that. Making love to your life. Wow.
Yes.
I gotta
to
write
make love
that
to my
down.
life. Oh,
Okay,
it's
we're
so
gonna
good.
quote
Somebody
that
will call
today.
me. Quote that. Somebody will call me. They'll be like, "What are you doing? Making love to my life." That could mean I'm cleaning my toilet. That could mean I'm organizing my panty gaveta. That could mean that I'm, shredding papers or pruning my plants.
I
Yeah.
love that. And that also putting it in that it really changes the perspective. It no longer becomes a chore.
No.
You know what I mean? Like making love to your life is like, I'm making a beautiful experience. I'm getting intimate with my surroundings as well as my own
Yes.
being, like, I
Yes.
love that. Oh my gosh. I'm quoting that. I will write that down, put that in there.
Yes.
Make
Quote
love to
it.
your life, ladies and gentlemen that are watching this. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't think of it as chore, but rather making love to your life.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's
Yes.
amazing. So I'm gonna use that. Totally gonna use that. Like if I'm like overwhelmed,
Use that.
I'm gonna use that as a mantra. That's gonna be like
Yes.
a mantra, like Chas. Okay, you need to make love to your life. So,
It's true. And when we make love, right? To really make love, what does that mean? To
right.
really make love means you have to be present.
Absolutely.
You can't be avoiding, there's no orgasm gonna come if you're thinking about, the post office. You have to be present in your body, be present in your space. Making love to your life means taking the time to complete a process, right? So making love, you're supposed to take time with it.
Absolutely.
So
And connection.
making love, yes, connection, being connected to your home, being connected to what feels good, being connected to what's gonna get you to that result that you want. So if that
Wow.
result that you want is to sleep well, then making love to your bedroom means, clearing the clutter, making sure you've got some mood lighting, making sure that your phone is not getting plugged right next to your head when you're sleeping.
I love it.
And
I love
saying,
it.
no, I'm gonna plug my phone over there in the corner.
Yeah. And I hear that a lot. I hear like, when you have a lot of technology, especially in your bedroom in particular, that affects a lot of things. I have
It does.
Yeah, like what are your thoughts
Yes.
on that? Having too much technology or having like a television in your room?
You really shouldn't have a TV in your room.
Yeah.
We're too attached and too lazy. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna be real mama with it and say we're too lazy with it. Keep your television, if you're gonna have one, in a more common area. And if you want to watch a movie in bed, bring your computer, bring your iPad, bring your tablet into the bed. It's proven, number one, the amount of positive ions that come off of electronics, it says positive ions, but really it's negative. Okay. Whereas the ocean gives off negative ions, which are actually positive. It makes no sense, but I'm sure everybody is following. The ocean's going to give you goodness, right? Woo, goodness. That's why I feel so lit right now. Whereas the television itself, the radiation, the energy, it reaches like 20 feet. It's something crazy. Like I remember learning in one of my classes, my crystal healing classes, and learning from one of the teachers about the destructive nature of electronics. And so when we have the TV in the bedroom looking at us, when we have the phone plugged next to our head, you're not going to get the same rest as if those things are not in the room. So if you have it in the room, unplug it at night, because now you're taking out the energy from it. Okay, unplug certain electronics. There was even a time when I was unplugging my modem every night. And I tell you, there's a big difference in not having all of this stuff buzzing around you. We are already living, many of us that live in cities, we're already living in very toxic environments. And so the more that you can do to decrease all of this energy coming at you, the more you're making love to yourself and to your life. Right. You're giving yourself a better chance of feeling better. And we need that. We need more chances to feel better.
Most definitely. And I'm
Yes.
guilty. I am totally guilty. I have done that. I've had my phone charging next to me. I've even
We
fallen
all have.
asleep. I've even had my phone literally next to me on the bed. I've woken up the next day and my phone is right next to me.
Yes.
And yeah, and I find that I would have like crazy dreams.
Yeah.
I would get up abruptly. Yeah, so I've been making it my business lately. Like I said, based on the suggestions that I've seen so far,
Yes.
guys, again, check out the show. I'm telling you. So,
Yes. Definitely
and
check it out.
just based on that, I'm making it my business now to keep my phone charged outside of my bedroom. Or if, like you said, if it is, fully charged here and I just take it to my room, but I won't plug it to anything. Because sometimes
Yes.
I use it as an alarm sometimes.
Of
So
course.
yeah.
But it
So
can be on the other side of the room. It really can be. And we can
okay.
also go old school and get our alarm clocks again.
Yeah. I'm thinking of
You know
doing
what I'm
that.
saying? Yeah.
I'm
We just need to
definitely
be
thinking
gentle
of
with
doing that.
ourselves. We're already battling so much. Don't give yourself more things to battle, you know?
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
that. Yes. And that's true. And I find
Mm-hmm.
when I, remove some those things from my bedroom, I have a restful sleep. I do.
Yeah.
I don't have a
Yeah.
TV. I don't have a TV in my room. I don't know, for some reason, even before I learned, certain, feng shui principles and things like that, I never felt like having a TV in my room.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
was like,
It's just way better. Also, it's proven, studies have shown that couples who have a television in their bedroom, they have far less sex than
mm,
couples that do not.
see, no, that's not a good look.
Yeah, that's not a good look. So if you're
Okay,
having less
guys.
sex, you're probably also having less pillow talk and connective talk, which is also very important for a relationship besides the
Absolutely.
sex, you
Yep.
know?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's
There's
everything
no
to me. I
time to be
like to
like,
talk. We have our pillow talk session, you're talking with your partner. Like, that's everything. Like, for real. Like, I
it is.
love that. I need that. That's like a necessity for me. And yeah, that's so true. Like, if there's a TV, that's taking away from that experience, so yeah.
Yeah.
But I always felt like, I never wanted one in my room. And I was just like, that's for the living room. Like, if I want to watch TV, I go to the living room. I got my TV, entertainment center, all that. And my bedroom is to
Yeah.
rest, straight up, and then like
Mm-hmm.
insomnia is probably a factor too, right? Like, because, you're up on your, in the room watching TV
Yeah.
in your room, you're not sleeping enough because you're watching Netflix,
Yeah. Yeah.
binge watching a show or whatnot.
Well, the light that comes through the phone and the devices, it also messes with our circadian rhythm, which is, naturally we know when the sun, like here in Puerto Rico, for instance, I'm more likely to get up earlier with the sun, like if I'm in the mountains, especially, because once the sun goes down, that's it. The day is done, right? But if now I'm feeding my eyes all of this blue light, it can keep you up. It keeps you actually wired. So it keeps you off of that rhythm of nature. And
Okay.
that's why we can, be scrolling for a whole extra hour. We've all done it. Scrolling for a whole extra hour for no reason when an hour ago you were tired, but you
Right.
kept yourself going watching all the videos on the explore page on Instagram and the cute cat videos and we've all
Oh my
done it.
gosh. It's bad. Like, I had, like when you were a kid and you would fight your sleep, like your parents would send you to bed and you're fighting your sleep.
Yeah.
I find myself grown doing that sometimes because I'm on TikTok or I'm watching funny videos on like Instagram and I'm like, I need to
Yes.
get my butt to sleep.
We've
So
all done it. But those are some of the things that can get us off of, being in our best rhythm. So if you find that you're struggling at nighttime, if you find that you're not able to shut your brain off, then try putting the phone away, creating some new habits, for those moments.
okay, so we got our first question actually. So Angela asked, what about having a PC in your room? What are your thoughts on that?
having a PC in your room, I
Yeah.
would say, if it's like a desktop situation, can you unplug a desktop all the time, Joanne? Can you, if you have a computer, like a desktop, and you unplug it, is that an issue if you unplug it all the time? Shut it down first. Yeah, shut it down all the way. And then I would say turn it off, you know, if you can. Or throw like a big scarf over it also.
Okay. That'll work
Also
too.
black tourmaline. You can, you know, get a nice big chunk of that and put that on your desk,
Oh,
you
that's a
know, to
great
help.
crystal.
Yeah, that's great for the radiation and all of that that comes off of electronics. So a
Okay.
black tourmaline also. And selenites also.
Yeah. I got my
So the
piece right here.
there you go. The board of brujas in the background. It's like, and selenite.
Yeah. Never leave home without it. This is like the
Yes.
American Express card of crystals, like your selenite. You got to take it everywhere.
Mhm.
It's like
Take it everywhere.
it's like the universal cleanser, and it just, yeah, it's really good. I love this.
It
One of my
is.
favorites. So
It is.
those are really good suggestions, you know, and like throwing like a throw blanket over it or something. That's like, yeah.
Yeah. You can do that with your TV too, you know? Yeah. And because the thing is that the TV is a black hole. So if it's just there in the room, you're more likely to turn it on because it's there. It's like it sucks you in. It really does. But if you get a nice tapestry or something or a beautiful scarf, you can always drape it over your TV and just kind of make it disappear.
Oh, yeah, that makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense because you're not paying attention. It's covered now,
Yeah.
and you're
And
not.
also don't be afraid to unplug the TV. You'll make your TV even last longer
That's
because
true.
of those bulbs inside and all of that. You actually make it last longer. So
Yeah, that's very true. Yes, it's energy efficient as well, ladies and gentlemen. So,
exactly.
so there you go. You're working with the energy, and you're being energy efficient, and you're saving on your
Exactly.
electricity bill. So
And
yeah,
you're being energy efficient with your body as well, because you're gonna keep your energy longer.
it's a win-win. So
Yes.
yeah. So what would you say is like the first, like when you get a client and you're feeling their home and you're figuring things out, like where are you usually drawn to first?
It's every single client is going to be different, but I definitely will notice where the clutter is. Yeah, where
Okay.
the clutter is, that's where the work needs to be done. And wherever there's clutter in your home, there's going to be connected clutter to that part of your life. So think about where your clutter is in your house and how that actually is connected to the parts of your life that also need getting taken care of.
Yeah.
There's always going to be a connection.
Right. And that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like the extreme clutter with the hoarding. Right.
Yes. Yes.
So that
extreme clutter is a whole other situation, you know?
Yeah.
Extreme clutter with the hoarding is a whole other situation that usually stems from some kind of trauma. Also, why are you holding on to things so tightly?
Right.
And where did that come from? What are you afraid of? And where did that come from?
Yeah.
And again, you don't judge yourself, you observe it, and then you pour love on it. You let yourself know, mama, papa, I don't gotta hold on to those things. I can be free. I am being taken care of. I am abundant, you know?
Yeah.
So there's a lot there. But at the end of it, just, you know, look at it with the eyes of love.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's all part of the healing process when you're learning about those things, why you hoard, why there's clutter in certain places. Like I'm just gonna keep it 100. I'm calling my own self out. Like if I if when I have clutter or I find myself hoarding, it's not so much like I'm carrying stuff. It's just I'm just being lazy and I'm just like, oh, I'll just put it up for another day. And then it just accumulates, right? And then I'm like, oh my God. And then I'm overwhelmed. I'm like, now it's like I see a little bit of clutter, and now, because like I said, now that I'm working from home, now I see, okay, there's clutter here. I need to clear this up, but
Yeah,
when I was working outside, I would be tired and just leave the clutter there, and then
yeah,
it'll just get like crazy, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta clean this up, and then I'll be all overwhelmed and everything. But
yeah.
yeah, so
And
that
it's okay sometimes, to be to have a healed home, or a home that is healing. It doesn't mean that you have an immaculate environment.
mhm.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you have a consciously curated environment. Like some days it's like, fuck it, I'm leaving that pile of clothes there, and it's gonna stay there because right now it's
Word.
more important that I get into bed and go to sleep, or that I take that spiritual baño and I go to sleep, or it's more important that I clean out my fridge and tend to that than it is to take care of that pile of clothing. So it's not about having an immaculate and perfect environment. It's about being aware of what's going on and managing your time, managing your energy, managing your mess.
Exactly. Yes,
Yeah.
that's
And knowing when
exactly
to
it.
take those pauses and make love to your life and reset the environment and all of that.
There it is, guys. Make love to your life once again. Like, you need to make
Yes.
that a hashtag. Like, hashtag
Yeah,
make
you're
love to your
right.
life.
Make love to your life.
Oh my God. I love that so much. That is so awesome. Like,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
really one of my personal mantras.
absolutely. That's the mantra, guys. That is the mantra for everyone
That
that's
is.
watching for tonight. Like, if you've been struggling, if you've been, kind of overwhelmed with things in the home right now, it's like, apply that mantra. Make love
Yeah,
to your life, guys. And that's
yeah.
what it is. When you're making a sanctuary and a sacred space, you know, it's a beautiful thing. It's a really, really beautiful
Mhm.
thing.
It
So
is.
what's next for you, my love? What you got going
What's
on?
next? You know, sharing the show even more. I've shared about the show, but not as deeply. I felt like it's been there, and maybe sharing the show more deeply, breaking down the show online more, writing the Healing Through the Home book, um, bringing back our live events, and in particular, an opportunity for people to come and be with me here in Borinquen, at this very house. Um, and yeah, it was something that was supposed to go down, right before COVID, to do these one-on-one, very intimate retreats. You know, I don't know, maybe one day I'll do a retreat of 10 people or 20 people. But my work, I love to work intimately with people. And so the last time that I was going to have people here right before COVID and when the earthquakes were hitting, was opportunities for, 2 people to come, 4 people to come at a time and have more intimate experiences, and journeys and healing, and rituals to reclaim ourselves, to reset ourselves, to remember ourselves. And so those are some of the things that are going to be coming going forward. Also, the Clutter Club is going to be coming to us this winter, and the Garden Club as well, which would be virtual gatherings where, if you're curious about gardening and learning how to meditate with nature and how to connect and how to feed nature some of our sorrows, because nature knows how to take care of our spiritual compost. The way, like, we have compost, like, you'll give the earth your bananas and your rinds. Is the
Yeah.
same way that nature knows how to, she takes our carbon dioxide and turns it into oxygen. And
Mhm.
nature also knows how to transmute and transform our energy as well. And
Right.
so that's why the Garden Club is so important. And we're going to get into how to garden, how to grow your green thumb, how to build that connection with nature, how to talk to nature and listen when nature talks back.
Awesome. And I'm gonna definitely be looking into that, because like I said, I just got the bug, and I'm like on that mode. I want to start gardening. I want to have like more
Yes.
plants and things in my
The best
home. So
investment. If anybody watching right now, the best investment you can make in your home is nice cotton sheets, okay, natural fibers or linen, whatever, natural fiber sheets and plants. If you have those and nice lighting, an opportunity to put on a twinkly light, an opportunity to put on a color on a color light bulb, or a little dimmer moment, nice sheets, nice lighting and plants, and that you are on your way to living the good life.
awesome.
And some positive intentions, that's really all you need.
Yes, there you go, guys. There's some things to apply now and for the holidays. Again,
yes.
Oh, and I'm just gonna tell you, I've been eyeballing your ring the whole time, that crystal ring. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
OMG.
I will align your chakras.
What? That's
Yes.
like the brass knuckles with the, you ever seen the meme with the brass knuckles and their crystals? And it's like punch.
Hold on, yes, I'm listening.
You ever seen the meme with the brass knuckles, but it's crystals, and it's like getting your chakras
Yes.
right?
Getting your chakras right.
Yeah.
I have, and you know, in Puerto Rico, your friends just knock on the door. I was expecting a friend. Hi. Yes, we're almost. I'm good. Welcome.
Okay, so yes, my love, thank you so much for joining us. This was very insightful.
Thank you so much for having me.
This was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Guys, like I said, if
Familia.
Familia, for sure. We got to do this again. And because I would like to do this again and we talk more about the sacred sexuality stuff. That'll be fun.
Yes. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do it again.
So we got to do another one soon and get into that, because like that's something that has been, you know, I feel prevalent in my life for the past couple of years, just looking into that in, you know, intimate nature and in our spiritual path and things like that. So we got to do another episode, because I know that's a whole other episode in itself, a lot of questions and things like that. So again,
let's do it. Let's plan it really soon.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. We'll be in touch, as you know. So
for sure. Guys, thank you, everybody who's here. Sending love to you wherever you are.
And like I said, Rebecca's links are in the info. We have her website and her links to her show, guys. So definitely check it out. And until next week, this is Indigo Talk. Peace. Love.
Peace. Love. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.